My dear students, so I hope you must have gone through the previous video properly and you must have understood the word problems that we had discussed in the last class. And in this class, we are going to discuss some more word problems, right? So let's start. The first question for today is: a library contains 800 reference books. New books are bought and the percentage increase in the number of books is 30%. How many books are there in the library now? Okay. So how are we going to solve this question? So what is the original number of books in the library? Original number of books is equal to 800, right? So there are presently 800 books in the library and new books are bought. We don't know how many books are bought, but new books are bought, and after adding those new books to the number of old books, there is a percentage increase in the number of books by 30%. That means it is same. That means what? This is same. We'll discuss it. Percentage increase is 30%. So this question is very similar to what is increase 800 by 30%. 800 is the old value and there is an increase in the number of books by 30%. Okay, so we can directly find it now. Therefore, number of books in the library now. Therefore, number of books in the library now is equal to, so increase 100 by 30% means what? It is 130% of 800, right? So that is 130 by 100 multiplied to 800. So now we can easily find the present number of books. 1040 books, right? So that means after an increase of 30%, now the present number of books has increased from 800 to 1040. So the new number of books is 1040. Let's come to the next question now. Question number 9. The price of an egg increased from rupees 4 to rupees 5. Okay. So that means what was the old price? So let us write it down. Old price of an egg. Old price of an egg is rupees 4. So the price increased from rupees 4 to rupees 5. So new price is rupees 5, right? So what is the increase in the price? It is rupees 1. Yes or no? Let's find it out. Therefore, increase in price is 5 minus 4, that is equal to rupees 1. And you have to find out what percentage is the increase. So for that there is a formula. Okay, so remember that. So how to find out percentage increase? So therefore percentage increase in price, so this is the amount increased in price. It's not rupees 1. So the percentage increase, the formula is increase by original multiplied to 100. Since you are finding the percentage, so you have to multiply by 100, right? So what is the increase in the price? The increase in the price is rupees 1. What was the original price of the egg? It was 4 rupee and multiplied to 100. So that is 25%. So what is the increase in price? The price increases by 25%. Clear? Now let's come to the next question, that is question number 10. An article was marked rupees 150. Okay, so let's find it out. An article was marked rupees 150. Ali wants to purchase it for, that means what, students? Marked price of an article is the price or the label which is put on an article. Yes or no? Whenever you go to any shop, right? So when you go to a shop, you see that every article has a labeled price. So that is called the marked price of that article, right? So what is the marked price? Let us write down. Let me write it shortly, MP. Okay, MP stands for marked price. So MP of the article is equal to rupees 150. Okay, the marked price of the article is rupees 150, but Ali wants to purchase it for rupees 138. So price at which Ali wants to purchase. Clear? Is rupees 138. So that means Ali wants a reduction in price from 150 to 138. So therefore reduction in price or decrease in price is 150 minus 138. So they're getting here rupees 12, right? So rupees 12. So he wants the shopkeeper to reduce the price by rupees 12. So you are supposed to find out what? So how many percent discount did Ali ask for? So what is the percentage discount? So this is the price, the reduction in the price is rupees 12, but we want to find the percentage discount. Okay, so that is similar to the previous number. So you write out like this: percentage discount is equal to discount by mark price multiplied to 100. So whenever you're going to find a percentage, you are going to multiply by 100. So what is the amount of discount Ali wants? He wants the price to be reduced by rupees 12. So that is a discount. Discount is 12. Mark price of the article is 150, right? Multiplied to 100. So we can easily cancel it now. So that means Ali wants a discount of 8%. I think the idea is getting clear. So just remember this formula. That is what percentage increase in size is. Percentage increase in price is what? Increase by originally multiplied to 100. Suppose you're going to find out percentage decrease. So it will be decrease by original multiplied to 100. And whenever you're going to find out the percentage discount, the formula is discount divided by mark price multiplied to 100. So now let's solve the next question. Chalk contains 40% calcium, 12% carbon and rest oxygen. What is the amount of oxygen in 8 kilogram of chalk? Okay, so the percentage, that means chalk, we know what is chalk, yes or no? So chalk is being used in our schools to write on the board, blackboard. So the percentage of certain elements present in the chalk is given. That means there is 40% of calcium. So let's write it down. Percentage of calcium. So what percentage of the chalk is calcium? 40%. Percentage of carbon. The percentage of carbon is 12%. And the rest is oxygen. That means, so what will be the percentage of oxygen? Therefore, percentage of oxygen. So total percentage is always 100. Remember it. So percentage of oxygen will be 100 minus 40 plus 12. Clear? So we are getting the percentage of oxygen as 50. So this is 100 minus 52. That will give us 8. And this is 48. Okay. So we got percentage of oxygen as 48%. Clear? So now you already got the percentage of oxygen. Now you have to find out what is the amount of oxygen in 8 kilogram of chalk. Okay, in 8 kilogram of chalk. Sorry, amount of oxygen in 8 kilogram of chalk. Okay. So what is the percentage of chalk? What is the percentage of oxygen we have obtained? 48%. So 48% of oxygen is present in 8 kilogram of chalk. So that will give us 48 out of 100 multiplied to 8. Yes. So I told you in this type of numbers, don't cancel. Let it remain 0, 0 because it won't cancel completely, as you can see here. Let us multiply this to. So 384 out of 100. So that is equal to, convert it to decimal, 3.84 kilogram of oxygen is present in 8 kilogram of chalk. That means what? You already calculate the percentage of what? Oxygen. Okay. By subtracting 100 minus the given percentage of calcium and carbon. And after that you have to find out the percentage of oxygen in 8 kilogram of chalk. So this is the answer, right? That means you have to find the amount of oxygen. The percentage of oxygen you calculated. Now the amount of oxygen is what? 3.84 kilogram. Let's come to question number 12. There are 160 apples in a box. Okay, 15% of the apples got spoiled in them. How many good apples are there in the box? Okay, so how many apples are there in total? 160. So number of apples in the box 160. So what percent of apples got spoiled? Percentage of apples got spoiled is how much? 15%, right? So that means you have to find out, what students? The number of good apples. So after being spoiled, how many good apples remain in the box? That is our question. Okay, so let's first find out percentage of apples still good. Okay, still good. So that will be how much? If 15 out of 100, if 15% are spoiled, then obviously 85% are good apples. Okay, so let us find it out. 100 minus 15, simply subtract it. So you'll get here 85%. Okay, so that means now you have got what? The percentage of good apples. Percentage of spoiled apples is 15%. That means the percentage of good apples is 85%. That means 85% of 160 apples are still good. Okay, so therefore number of good apples, so good apples percentage is how much? 85%. And what is the total number of apples? 85% of 160 apples are good. It will be 85 by 100 multiplied to 160. So 0 0 cancels out. This will 5 2s are, yes, 2 8s are 16. So we got here 136 apples are still good and rest have got spoiled. Okay, so if you subtract 160 minus 136, you can also find the number of, what is that? Spoiled apples. Okay, so now let us come to the last two questions for today. A man spent 25% of his money on food, 55% on rent and transportation, and the remaining rupees 9,000 he saved. So how much money did he save? And find the amount spent on rent and transportation. Okay, so let's write down whatever is given to us. Percentage spent on food. So a man had some money. There was a man who had some money. We don't know how much money he had, but he spent some percentage of the money he had on food. And what was the percentage? 25%. Okay, then percentage spent on rent and transportation. Rent and transportation is how much? 55%. Okay, and the remaining, whatever was remaining, he saved. That is how much? Rupees 9,000. The remaining amount is given. The remaining percentage we can find out easily. Yes or no? The total percentage is what? 100. So that means he spent whatever money he had, 25% of that money he spent on food, 55% on rent and transportation, and therefore what you have to find out? The percentage of money saved. The rest money was saved, so the percentage of money saved we can easily calculate. 100 minus 25 plus 55%, right? So that will give us 100 minus 80%. That is equal to how much? 20%, right? That means he saved 20% of money, and that 20% of money is nothing but rupees 9,000. As you just understand the meaning of the question, students. He spent 25% of food. On rent and transportation, he spent 55%. That means he saved 20% because it is given that the rest of the money he saved. So what percent of the money was saved by the man? It is 20%, right? So 20% of the money is equal to rupees 9,000. 20% of the total money, right? That means what? The meaning of the question is 20% of the total money the man had. Yes or no? Total money is rupees 9,000, right? But we don't know what is the total money. So let us take it to be x. So with that we can easily find out the variable x. Yes or no? So that means what? 20% of x. We don't know what was the total money he had. Okay, but we know what amount was saved by the man. That means 20% of the total money was saved by the man after spending 25% and 55%. So that is 9,000. So now we can easily find out these things you have already done in the previous exercises. Multiplied to x is 9,000. So 20x by 100 is equal to 9,000, and x will be equal to 100 goes up, 20 comes down, right? So 9,000 multiplied to 100 divided by 25. So that means what is this x? X is nothing but the total money. So that means we got the total money. So therefore total money is how much we got? Rupees 45,000. That means the man had, in the beginning before spending, he had rupees 45,000 with him. Okay, and out of this 45,000 he spent 25% on food and 55% on rent and transportation, and remaining 9,000 was saved by the man. Okay, you're also supposed to find out the amount spent on rent and transportation. We only know the percentage. What is the percentage spent on rent and transportation? Is 55%. So now we have already got the total money, yes or no? So now we can easily find out. So therefore amount spent on rent and transportation. So what is the percentage spent? 55% of the total money. What is the total money we have got? 45,000. Yes, now easily you can find out the value for this. 55 by 100 multiplied to 45,000. So 0 cancels out, and you can multiply this and get the answer. 55 multiplied to 450. It's your work, you should multiply. Okay, clear? So that much rupees was spent on rent and transportation. Okay, now the last question for today. In an examination, there were 640 boys and 360 girls. 60% of the boys and 80% of the girls were successful. How many in all failed? That means those who were not successful, right? So what is given? The number of boys. Let us write down the number of boys. Number of boys is equal to 640. So this number of boys, that means 640 boys appeared the examination. Okay, 640 boys appeared the examination, and out of 640 boys, 60% of the boys were successful. Yes or no? So percentage. So let's solve for the boys first. Percentage of boys successful is 60%, right? So that means if 60 out of 100%, if 60% of the boys were successful, that means 40% of the boys failed. Yes or no? So therefore percentage of boys failed is 100 minus 60. Yes, that is equal to how much? 40%. So if 60% boys were successful or they passed, that means 40% of the boys have failed. So this is the percentage of boys failed. So let us find the number of boys failed. Therefore number of boys failed is equal to 40% of, what is the total number of boys who appeared the exam? 640. So out of 640, 40% of the boys have failed, right? 40 by 100 multiplied to 640. So that means 256 boys out of 640 boys failed, and the rest have only passed. Clear? Because we are going to find out here how many in all failed. So we have just found out the number of boys failed. Now we'll find out the number of girls failed, right? So what is the total number of girls? 360 girls appeared the exam. So number of girls is 360. Number of girls is 360. So 80% of the girls were successful. So percentage of the girls successful is 80%. So obviously out of 100, if 80% were successful, then how many failed? 20%. Yes or no? So therefore percentage of girls failed is 100 minus 80. That is 20%. So we got the percentage. Now let us find out the number of girls who failed. So therefore number of girls failed is 20% of how many girls appeared the exam? 360 girls. So 360. That means 20 out of 100 multiplied to 360. 0, 0, 0, 0. This is 72 girls. So that means out of the total number of students, 256 boys failed and 72 girls failed. The total number of students is what? 360 plus 640 is the total number of students who appeared the exam. And what is asked? How many in all failed? So therefore, number of students who failed in all, that means including both boys and girls. So number of boys who failed is 256 and number of girls who failed is 72. So just add it. That means 328 students in all have failed. Okay students, so I hope with this your idea, your concept of percentage must be somehow clear, but still you need a lot of practice. So I expect that all of you should go through the video properly, practice the numbers and complete your assignments, and the next class will start a new chapter. Okay, so till then, study well, take care.